So now we'll discuss about that the equation of motion and its derivation. So whenever a body moves with variable velocity, variable velocity but uniform acceleration. So this is a condition where body moves with variable velocity but uniform acceleration. So as we know that acceleration is the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Now consider a body moves at A with an initial velocity of u. Initial velocity is u, and after a certain time interval t, the velocity of the body becomes v. So final velocity is v. Let it be meter per second, and in due course of time it has traveled a displacement of s. So displacement covered by the body, that is equal to s meter. So in such cases, according to that equation of motion, we have three different equations of motion. First equation that we have got, first equation that is v is equal to u plus at. This is your first equation. Second equation, that is s, or the distance covered by the body, is equal to ut plus half at square. And the third equation of motion, that is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So these are those three equations in case of equation of motion when a body moves with variable velocity but uniform acceleration. Now here the symbols that we have used, u, as you know that this is initial velocity, v that is final velocity, s displacement, and a is your acceleration, t is your the time taken by the body to move from A to B. So now here we will discuss that how it is derived, how all these equations are derived. Derivation of first equation. Consider that in this case the body moves with u meter per second and reach at b at v meter per second, final velocity is v, and here v is greater than u. So therefore by the formula or by the definition we know that acceleration A, that is equal to the rate of change of velocity with respect to time, means v minus u by t, or from this we have got A is equal to v minus u by t, or v minus u is equal to, by cross multiplication will be getting at, or in such cases we can say that v is equal to u plus at. This is your first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at. Similarly, in case of second equation, if we derive that second equation, as we know that the displacement covered by the body, in such cases that is equal to, because beforehand we have known that by the formula v is equal to s by t. So similarly, now here we can say that s is equal to v into t. So taking this concept, now whenever a body moves with variable velocity, initial velocity is u and final velocity is v, then in such cases we can get the average velocity. So average velocity of the body, that is equal to v plus u by 2. Similarly, now if the time taken is equal to t, so Now here we can say in a similar manner as we have got here that S is equal to V into T. Similarly here we will be getting that the displacement or the distance covered S is equal to the average velocity V plus U by 2 into T. But however, from the first equation of motion we have seen that A is equal to V minus U by T. So therefore, substituting the value T, if A is equal to V minus U by T, then in such cases we can say that T is equal to V minus U by A, or in such cases that if we will put the value of V here as U plus AT, we will be getting S is equal to U plus AT plus U divided by 2 into T. So now here first from the first equation we have got V is equal to U plus AT. Substituting the value of V here, that we will be getting U plus AT plus U into T divided by 2. So now here we will be getting therefore S or the distance covered, that is equal to 2U plus AT into T divided by 2, or 2UT by 2 plus AT square by 2, or in such cases cancelling out these 2 will be getting UT plus half AT square. So therefore the distance covered S is equal to UT plus half AT square. So now in this case that we have got average velocity V plus U by 2, average velocity into time, that is your distance covered by the body. Substituting the value of V as U plus AT, that we are getting this 2U plus AT into T, or simplifying that finally we are getting S is equal to UT plus half AT square, which is your the second equation of motion. Now let us consider about the third equation. Third equation, similarly we can say that displacement of the distance covered, that is equal to average velocity into the time. Therefore, now in such cases, as we have already calculated that V minus U by T, that is equal to A, or in other words, replacing these values, you will be getting T is equal to V minus U by A. Now substituting this T value here, we will be getting S is equal to V plus U by 2 into, in place of T, we can write that V minus U by 2, V minus U by A. So therefore, V plus U into V minus U, that implies S is equal to V square minus U square by 2A, or hence we can say that V square minus U square is equal to 2AS, or V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. This is your third equation of motion. So now you must have understood that this is your average velocity into the time, that is your distance covered. So in place of that time, if we substitute the value as V minus U by A and simplifying that, finally we will be getting V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Here we have some sort of exceptions, some sort of special conditions. Now let us consider that if the body starts from rest, so we have got those equations, that first equation, that is V is equal to U plus AT, second equation, that is S is equal to UT plus half AT square, and similarly the third equation, that is V square is equal to U square plus 2S. Taking these three equations, now we have certain special conditions. Let us consider that body starts from rest. When the body starts from rest, and another condition, that in case of a free falling body or a body either moving towards the gravity or opposite to that of gravity, in such cases, let us consider that this is your free falling body. So body starts from rest, in that case the value of U is equal to 0, so therefore the first equation becomes V is equal to AT. Similarly, the second equation, putting the value of u, body starts from rest in the sense initial velocity, that is 0. So therefore, v is equal to 0 plus 80 or only 80. Similarly, s is equal to ut, u value is equal to 0, so that is equal to half 80 square. And the third equation, v square, that is equal to u becomes 0, and therefore we are getting 2as. Similarly, when a body falls freely, that time, in case of when the body falls freely, at that time also it is a sort of uniform acceleration, the body is moving with uniform acceleration, and in such cases we know that acceleration, the value of acceleration is equal to g. So therefore, at the distance covered, that is equal to h. Now replacing the value of a as g and s as h, that will be getting the first equation, that is v is equal to u plus gt. And if the body starts from the rest, if suppose the body is at rest and it is falling, so in that case u value is equal to 0, and in such cases you will be getting v is equal to only gt. Similarly, in the second equation, s which is equal to h, so therefore h is equal to, or the height or how much distance it is coming down, that can be calculated as ut plus half gt square, provided if it has come from the rest condition, then in such cases we can say that h is equal to half gt square, or in other words we can say that the maximum height to be traveled, that is equal to half gt square. Similarly, the third equation, that becomes v square is equal to u square plus 2, a value is equal to g, and the distance, that is equal to h, so therefore u square plus 2gh, or hence if it has come from the rest condition, then in such cases you will be getting v square is equal to 2gh. So these all are about the equation of motion and the derivation in different conditions. Second, another way is there how to prove this one graphically, that we will discuss in the later on video.